All right, we have certified organic glyphosate tested wheatgrass powder now at the Health Ranger store. This is a big breakthrough for those who are trying to get more vegetables into their diet, but they don't want toxic vegetables sprayed with pesticides and herbicides. And yeah, those chemicals are pretty common on a lot of vegetables. Even like strawberries, for example, are heavily saturated, one of the worst with pesticides. And of course, you can't see these chemicals, they're invisible. That's what the food manufacturers rely on, but they're toxic and they can cause long term brain damage. And really, they can interfere with hormone function, fertility, liver function, heart function, just all kinds of functions across your body. So you want to avoid exposure to those as much as possible. That's why we built our laboratory. And in our lab, which is a multiple mass spec private laboratory, we test our raw materials and our finished products. And our testing right now encompasses heavy metals, microbiology, and glyphosate. And it's being expanded to other chemicals such as atrazine and other pesticides as well. But right now, glyphosate testing is being rolled out across our entire product line. And this new product, wheatgrass powder, is one of the newest that we have, and it's fully glyphosate tested. And I actually run the glyphosate test myself on this. So if you want to get more vegetables into your diet, I've been told that just eating 2 ounces of this is equivalent to 4 pounds of fresh vegetables. Now, I didn't do that math myself, so I'd have to, I don't know exactly how much water is removed during the dehydration process. So I need to double check that. But that's what I've been told, that it's 2 ounces of this is equivalent to 4 pounds of vegetables. That means that you can get a good dose of vegetable greens just by having even a teaspoon of this per day. You put it into a glass of water or a smoothie, even better. You blend it up. It goes really great with chocolate and bananas. I mean, even peanut butter and bananas, or all three: chocolate, peanut butter, bananas, and wheatgrass powder. It's really very, very good. And it just gives you the chlorophyll that you need, the greens that you need in your diet to have more vegetables. So it's it's a clean superfood. And I know there are a lot of cheap wheatgrass powders out there, and we've seen some from China, and they always test high in lead. Like very frequently, half a part per million of lead, or 500 ppb, is very common in wheatgrass products. And I don't know if it's just because wheatgrass tends to sort of absorb heavy metals or latch onto them or what. I mean, it also helps remove heavy metals from your digestive tract through a natural elimination process, by the way. But if it's not grown in something that's super clean, it'll take heavy metals out of the dirt. That's why we do heavy metals testing in addition to glyphosate testing. And we have arguments with some of the suppliers sometimes. If Often we'll try a new supplier and they'll say, yeah, our stuff is super clean, and they'll send it to us, and we'll tell them we're going to test it. We're going to take it to the lab and test it. They say, okay, you test it. We think it's clean, they would say. And then we come back to them. It's like, no, it's 500 parts per billion lead. We can't buy that. Not interested. And then they complain. What do you mean? What do you mean? It passes our tests. We're like, well, your test allows 10,000 parts per billion lead. That's crazy. We don't allow anywhere. We don't even allow 500 parts per billion. Less than that. Half that. Actually, most of the products we sell have less than 50 parts per billion. Some of them have between 50 and 100. And the different ratings, lowheavymetalsverified.org has those ratings, A++, and so on. But the average company out there will allow 10,000 parts per billion of lead, and they think that's fine. And that, to me, that's horrifying. You see, I'm kind of nerdy about this. I'm nerdy about lab science and about having clean food, and I want to see low heavy metals. I want to see no glyphosate, and that's why we do this. All this testing, all this lab equipment. And by the way, you can get this product, of course, at healthrangerstore.com, which is becoming known as the place to get clean foods and clean superfoods and nutritional supplements, especially for people who've dealt with serious diseases in the past. And now they're trying to just live a clean, healthy lifestyle with more wholesome foods and more superfoods and high-end supplements. They're trying to minimize their exposure to pesticides, herbicides, heavy metals. and E. coli, toxic microbiology. And the truth is that most retailers don't test for all that stuff. In fact, almost no one does. Almost no one. And no one that I know of in the world that's a retailer of this has their own in-house laboratory for these tests. Nobody. I think we're the only ones in the world. And given how difficult and expensive it is to do these tests, I understand why nobody else wants to do it. If you call up, like we have Agilent mass spec equipment, for example, you call up Agilent, right? That's Agilent, in case you're curious. Just go to agilent.com. Go to Agilent and look at their triple quad mass spec systems. I think they have like a 6570. And call Agilent and say, yeah, I want to buy a 6570. And the salesperson will quote you, and it'll be like $450,000. And then they'll ask you, do you have the facility? Do you have the nitrogen gas? Do you have the, I don't know if it uses argon or probably helium or argon, one or the other, for the collision cell. Do you have a fume hood? Do you have the ability to mix up all the solvents, mobile phase for the chromatography? You need acetonitrile. You need methanol. You need, of course, all the pipettes and gravimetric systems. You need, all of these laboratory systems. Oh, and by the way, you need a PhD in order to know how to do this. And I don't have a PhD in this, but I was taught by people with PhDs, and I happen to be like a crazy superhuman learner. I can learn anything like ridiculously fast. It's just part of the benefit of having good superfoods. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm a crazy fast learner. I can learn anything. Like I learn AutoCAD, 3D CAD modeling systems. I learned, PhD level mass spec instrument operations and organic chemistry, things like that. So I'm just a fast learner. But if you're not a fast learner, it's going to take you like 5 years. If you are a fast learner, maybe it'll take you 2 or 3 years. If you don't have any background in science, forget it. You can't do it. The only reason I mention all that is just to say that it's hard to do this. It's hard. This is why nobody else is doing it. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of time, and it's freaking difficult. I mean, it's crazy hard. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life is to learn organic chemistry and learn how to run mass spec instrumentation and do method validation, method development for glyphosate herbicide. And also, by the way, cannabinoid quantitation analysis for hemp extracts. I published a science paper on that in the LCGC journal. It's a science journal. So this stuff is hard, but that's the level of dedication I have for clean foods. I mean, I admit I'm kind of a nerd on this stuff, but that's to your benefit because I'm just meticulous about this. I'm almost like OCD about the science of clean foods. For me, it's almost an obsession to find clean foods and offer clean foods and test for everything possible and get more mass spec instruments. It's like, I don't know. I can't even explain it. It gives me some kind of crazy thrill to run mass spec instruments and find clean materials. It's like, for me, it's like, I don't know. It's like winning the lottery or something. When I find clean foods, it's actually in my head, like my brain releases endorphins or something. It's like a pleasure center. Like, yes, I found clean food, and let's buy 5 tons of it and sell it to other people so that we can share the clean food. I admit, I mean, maybe I'm sharing too much, getting a little personal here, but it turns me on to find really clean food. It's like it's a big bonanza reward center for my brain for whatever reason. I don't know. I was born this way. I'd love doing this. So in any case, there you go. You want clean food? HealthRangerStore.com. I guarantee you that there's nobody else on the planet that's as nerdy as I am about this or as obsessed about clean food as I am. For whatever reason, this is just who I am. So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to bring you more clean food. As long as you keep supporting us, I'll keep bringing you these products. HealthRangerStore.com is where you can find it and check out the organic wheatgrass powder and about 700 plus other products as well. Super clean all around. Really good stuff. Thanks for your support. Mike Adams here, the Health Ranger. Take care. When you support us, we keep fighting for America. We keep fighting for your liberty, fighting for your natural health, for disease prevention, for education and knowledge about how to be healthy and how to live a productive, happy life. Support us at healthrangerstore.com. Over 700 products, lab tested, clean, ultra clean, the cleanest offered anywhere in the world. healthrangerstore.com. Check it out, support our mission, and help enhance and protect your health at the same time. Thank you for watching. If you want to support our mission, visit us at healthrangerstore.com for the world's largest selection of lab-verified superfood and nutritional products for healthy living. It's at healthrangerstore.com.